Hello and welcome. This is the second video on the lecture series called Electromagnetic Theory. Here in front of you on the board, the equation of the Coulomb's law or electrostatic force. As I know that Coulomb's law or force between two charges is K Q1 Q2 by R square, or R here is the distance between two charges. So Q1 and Q2 is the two charge and R1 2 is the distance between Q1 and Q2, and there is this R12 a unit vector. It tells you the direction of force. It means it's going from Q1 towards the Q2. So basically unit vector, it means it has a unit length, and unit vector is equal to the unit vector divided by the length of the unit vector. So it basically a 1. So this Coulomb's law can be written also as the F equal to K Q1 Q2 by R Q R12. So we can cancel and get the R square. And also we can write this as the component form. We know that R12 or distance between Q1 and Q2 also can be broken as the x component and y component. So simply we put R, instead of R we put x square plus y square, two components. So finally we get the component form of the Coulomb's law, x square in the x direction and the y direction. So this is the component form of the Coulomb's law. Now there is some similarity between Coulomb force and gravitational force. As we know that F equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square, and gravitational force F equal to minus G M1 N2 by R square. It means both are inversely proportional to the square of the distance between charge or mass. But here is the point. Gravitational force is always attractive and mass is always greater than 0. It means gravitational force always pull masses together, but here Coulomb force can attractive or repulsive depend on the nature of the charges. If Q1 and Q2 is the same charge, then Coulomb force is positive, and if or positive or repulsive, or if Q1 and Q2 is the opposite charge, then it is attractive. So sign of the Coulomb force depend on the nature of the charge, and gravitational force is always attractive, and in the nature there is no such thing called negative mass. So this is the some key similarity as well as some key difference between Coulomb force and gravitational force. So we will derive the total force on charge Q by two opposite charges. There is a point 1, 2 and 3. On these 3 points there are 3 charges placed. Point 2 minus Q charge, point 1 plus Q and point 3 plus Q. So we will derive total force on charge Q minus Q by these 2 charges. So first we will make a x and y coordinate. So line going from plus Q to plus Q, we will take x direction, and line going to the minus Q, we will take y direction. So this is x and y coordinate, and the distance between minus Q and plus Q is equal to R12, and distance between plus Q and minus Q is equal to R32, and the distance between origin and minus Q is D, and from plus Q to O is A, and A both have equal distance from the origin. So total force on 2 equal to force by the charge 1 to 2 plus force by the charge 3 to 2, and we know that F12 is equal to K minus Q plus Q by R12 square, R12 the unit vector, and we break the R12 into component form. R12 has the component AI plus dj. It means R1 equal to d square plus a square root 1 by 2, and this is the same that of a R32. Again, the force between 2 to 3 is equal to same k minus q plus q by R32 square, R32 unit vector, and we break R32 into a component form, minus ai plus dj. Minus ai because from plus q to o, it means it is in the negative direction, and simply put all the value of R32, R12 into this one as well, this one, and we will get this F2 is equal to minus kq square d square plus a square root 3 by 2 dj. Here dj means it is towards the origin O. It means the total force on 2 is directed towards the midpoint between plus q to plus q. It means midpoint between 1 and 3. So this is the total force on the charge minus q by two opposite charges. Now there is a concept of electric field. We have to find electric field at P due to the point charge Qs. How we will derive electric field at point P due to Qs? First of all, what we do, we place a hypothetical charge or test charge at P, Qp. Qp is the test charge, and we know that between two charges there is a Coulomb force. So FSP is equal to K QP Qs divided by RSP square. RSP, this is the unit vector and this is the distance between Qs and Qp. And we know that electric field is force divided by the Qp. Force divided by Qp test charge. So when we put a value of FSP, Qp will be cancelled it out, and we will get K Qs R square SP. So ESP, electric field due to the charge Qs at point P is equal to K Qs R square. This is the distance between Qs and point P. It means it doesn't matter what kind of charge placed at point P, it will only depend on the source charge. So this is the what we call value of electric field or formula of electric field, and the force at point P will be Qp ESP. Qp will be the test charge or how much charge placed at P and multiply by the electric field.